Welcome back, everybody. Now today, what we are going to be doing is we are going to be having a little bit of fun with Bishop now that he is getting a buff in July of 2021. That was announced about yesterday, I think last night. So just before we begin, I want to say that I know very little about Bishop. I tried to learn as much as I could, as fast as I could. But yeah, we are going to be going into 4.1.6, and this guy is not metal, so we are actually going to be going the path with Magneto. Here I was just checking to make sure he wasn't metal. But yeah, a really cool thing about Bishop is that, is that all the synergies that we have for today are the exact same. So every single synergy that we have today is a unique synergy that they all do the exact same thing. You start the fight with +2 prowess and +8 power. Now if you look at where my buffs are, you can see like a lightning bolt. That is prowess to Bishop. And you want to try to parry as much as possible so you can get as much prowess as possible. Every time you parry, you get 3 prowess, and then you can launch a pretty big SP2. But yeah, we have Electro, Storm, Doctor Strange, and Cyclops all on the team today. Storm has a synergy with Cyclops for +5% perfect block chance. Cyclops has a synergy with Storm for mutants. For +12% attack with mutants. And other than that, the synergies are all the exact same. We start with like 11 prowess or something in total now with all those synergies. But yeah, we are almost done with this Cyclops fight. And but you want to do 3 combos so you can get as much, so you can parry as much as you can. Alright. So yeah, we entered like a little mode at the end. I'm not sure if you guys noticed or not, but I'll explain that in just a tiny bit of time. Alright, but a fun fact about Bishop is every single fight, you start with the same power that you had before that. Now, we'll have more power because of all those synergies that we have. Like, we always have like +8% power for every single one of those synergies. But yeah, we're healing up just a tiny bit. And, so yeah, we're going to be starting with a nice amount of power. And we already have the SP2 with 12 prowess. We got 20% off with that SP2. We're gaining 4 prowess every parry, and I think I just saw that. We're gaining 4 prowess every single parry. And we launch off the SP2. If you're able to launch off the SP2 within the first 12 seconds of the fight, you get +50% damage, which is pretty cool. Alright, we almost messed up right there. And now we've entered a phase, I can't exactly remember what it's called. I'm pretty sure it's called Energy Transfer Passive, I think it's called. Or Energy Transfer or something. That lets you do it's basically Bishop's main kind of thing. You gain more power. You gain more prowess, I'm pretty sure, and it's just nice, and you get a little bit of nice red damage every single time, every single hit. Alright. Alright, so now we are on to a Black Bolt fight, and we throw off the SP2. We get a nice amount of damage off right there, 25% off, and we get away from the SP1, although we probably should have parried that. Gain more prowess. I continue to Dex, although I keep thinking I should parry. It's just a natural instinct. And yeah, so now I have 6 prowess. I probably should have saved up more. But yeah, so we get away from the SP2. And yeah, we do not parry the SP1 yet again. And yeah, so what I am looking for in this buff is I'd say probably haven't really thought about this. I really like Bishop as a character. I really like his playstyle. I wish I knew a little bit more about him and had more than a 4-star version of him. Alright, but what I'm looking for in Bishop's special attack, I'm more prepared for this question now, is not really that much. I think he is a good champion right now. I just think he should have a more damage output. But other than that, I think he's just a really, really solid champion. And I'm not really sure if he needs a buff. Ronan is also getting a buff, and I don't think he needs a buff either. He crits on a lot of his hits, and he's got a very solid damage output. His bleeds are very nice. And yeah, and the other person getting a buff this month was shoot, let me look back. It was Diablo. Diablo does need a buff. He what his buff needs to be is like instead of the like pre-fight kind of stacks, I forgot what they were called for him. That just needs to be an ability. Like he can't be limited to that. And if they are so insistent on that, they need to give him like 10 or at least 5 per fight. But like you can just not do quests with that guy. But other than that, I find him, and maybe a little bit more damage output. But other than that, I don't find him a bad champion at all. Yeah, another good thing that I really like about Bishop is the fact that he is, a lot of his damage is energy, and yeah, there I did get the parry, and we're gaining 6 per time this fight. But yeah, I did get the parry on the SP1, giving me some more prowess. And I missed the parry right then, and I accidentally do get hit. I'm bleeding out just a tiny bit, but I purify it. And yeah, I do get the parry there. And we have 11 stacks of prowess. The prowess stacks, I think, are just totally fine. I think, yeah, I think that's all good. I don't think they really should change anything about that. I throw off the SP1, gets him down to 3%. But yeah, I finish it off with another SP1. Still does not finish it off because I completely mistimed it. But yeah, we enter what's it called, like steady release or something. But yeah, so now we are on to Winter Soldier. And Winter Soldier is a very easy champion, or actually I don't think he's a really easy defender. He's pretty easy, but it's just because I have so much practice against this guy. Alright, but I throw off the SP2. We have 20 pieces of prowess. We get him down to 62%. And yeah, so I get out of the way of the SP1, and yeah, so now we're down to 50%, and I want to get one more parry. I should have parried right there, but yeah, I forgot to. Alright, but now we got 22 stacks of prowess. We get him all the way down to 14% from about 50%. The SP2 damage is very, very nice in my opinion. I don't think Bishop's a terrible champion at all, that much. But yeah, so now we move on to the Cyclops fight right before the Black Widow boss. Oh wait, no. We got ambushed by a Cosmic Adaptoid. But yeah, I want to heal up just a tiny bit. Use a level 3 health potion. It's okay. We can just do one round of legend solo. And yeah, we'll be right back to it. Alright, but yeah, we immediately start with the SP2 just because we had a nice amount of, because of all the synergies, first of all. And because we had a nice amount of, power when we ended the last fights. But yeah, I get out of the way of that. I completely mistimed that. I was really annoyed. I was really pissed with myself. Yeah, my friend, who used to play, Bishop was his first 5-star out of the 5-star Nexus. Yeah, so let's go over his signature ability, Foresight. This is all his signature ability. I don't have it unlocked, but it all depends on how many bars of power he has. With no bars of power, special attacks are unblockable. With 10 or more prowess. And with 1 bar of power, while you're blocking, you gain stun immunity and enemies lose 80% ability accuracy. That makes him a very nice defender, so don't always underestimate him. And he's also got a lot of energy damage that maybe like you're not like, you don't have energy resistance person or something. Alright, but with 2 bars of power, you leave when you use a special attack, your opponent gets incinerate. With all 3 bars of power, you start the fight with steady release active for somewhere between 3 and 15 seconds. But yeah, I mess up on the dexing of the SP1 of Cyclopses, but this does bring us to the end of the video. But thanks so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure to subscribe and like button. Make sure to comment any videos you want to see. I'm always looking for new ones. Make sure to follow the Instagram, so about my MCOC account on my channel. And yeah, buddy, thank you so much for watching this video. See you guys later.